Hi everybody, my name is Samari Morgan and I am in New York City this summer enjoying all of the events that I can get my hands on, okay? Whether it's from musical chairs in the park, New York Tech Week, Tribeca Film Festival, and the Brooklyn Film Festival, and don't even get me started on the block parties, you guys. You're not going to want to miss this vlog. Please tune in to the lore, and thanks for being here. Okay, you guys, I am about to go to the Tribeca Film Festival, and I am about to be pressed. I've never done this before. Shout out to my friend Elisa because she has her own publication and she really loves film. She's letting me tag along to some of these events, and your girl has a director's interview. Okay. I'm pretty sure by the time I put this out, because I'm slow to edit. The film premiere that I'm going to go to is called Pinch. It's an Indian set mama-daughter dramedy, and it touches on some really social taboo topics. Like, I'm very excited to talk to the director and just see, like, what was her inspiration. I'm not even all the way ready yet. I need to be leaving the house in, like, basically 10 minutes. I'm accessorized, I'm lotioned up, but I don't have lipstick on. Gotta pack up my bag. And not to mention Tribeca Film Festival and the Brooklyn Film Festival. This is so cute, BFF. My primary role with the Brooklyn Film Festival is just looking at the animations because that's what I'm most interested in, just because I'm trying to get my own animation up off of the ground. So definitely Brooklyn Film Festival for research purposes, Tribeca Film Festival for research purposes as well, but I'm already seeing the differences, okay? Someone at the Brooklyn Film Festival said, yeah, the Tribeca Film Festival is definitely curated, and that's for sure. Like, I'm seeing some people, like, I don't even know people. I barely know names of actors. Like, I know their character name. I don't really know actors like that. So I'm even seeing some actors I recognize on the Tribeca Film Festival lineup versus the Brooklyn Film Festival. This is definitely, I don't want to say underground, but, you know, definitely getting up off the ground. I was able to watch the movie beforehand and I loved it. I feel like it's such a deeply personal story. I actually wanted to ask you, what was the inspiration from this story, and then why did you decide to tell it through the main character's lens or through her eyes?
Well, because you know, everybody has their own individual journey, and I wanted it to be so specific and personal because the main character is the one, you're in her head the entire time. And a lot of these things happen when you're in your head. You know, you're gaslighting yourself, you're overwhelming yourself, specifically when you're questioning whether the assault happened or not. So I wanted it to be that we're all in our head. And the music also matches the heartbeat. Everything is like an anxiety attack almost.
Very complicated character because she goes from like victim to villain to hero. So like, what was the inspiration behind her arc?
Well, I just wanted to write a really complex female character, and most, you know, I just wanted her to be the best, you know, portrayal of like, yeah, she got it, she can do everything, and we are allowing people to make mistakes, and then, you know, being human. We all make mistakes, and having a way of like just being able to, what's the word? I'm forgetting the English word. You know, being able to not revive yourself, but
Rebirth.
Yeah. Kind of like, you know, just like evolve. We should be allowed to make mistakes.
Yeah. Okay. And speaking of that, I really wanted to talk to the relationship between the main character and her mom. I feel like both women were just trying to protect themselves in the situation because. What do you have to say to kind of like this reputation economy where like social standing and stuff like that holds kind of currency in the community? What do you have to say to that?
That's a beautiful question. I think, you know, we just put such a high standard for women and women of color specifically, and like be a good mom, be a good neighbor, cook for all your friends, the people pleasing thing. And I think we just need to take it easy a little bit. We need to forgive ourselves and just do what's good for ourselves and for the people we care about.
I was like, was there a scene that was particularly hard to shoot for you, whether it be like emotional or logistically?
Logistically, the crowd. We had a lot of extras for the beginning, you saw, but logistically it was hard. But what was the most beautiful thing about it was that people from my mother's village came through, and they were there in the heat, standing there and just being like, yeah, we're here, get your shot.
I love that. Local, from your mother's village.
From my hometown, people showed up, and it's all thanks to them that we were able to make this movie.
Oh my gosh, okay. I don't want to take up too much of your time, so I have one more question. So I believe that this film touches on a lot of real social taboos dealing with like assault, shame, and even being silent. Some people just wanted her to apologize, get it over with, and be quiet about it. So what do you have to say, and what type of conversations do you hope this film will spark on those topics?
I think taking accountability of your own actions and allowing the space to talk about difficult subjects, and also listening to other people. Allowing a space for listening to victims of all genders, and not including men into the conversation.
I like that.
What we were trying to do was tell a nuanced story that takes in numerous perspectives, and hopefully that worked.
So speaking a little bit to what you've done, was there any like challenging scenes logistically or emotionally to shoot?
The temple scene was really tricky. So the fight scene at the beginning, that scene we had one day to shoot, and we had 400 extras, and we had to get in a crane shot, a fight scene, and the rest of the action all in one day. So that was a very long day, and yet it wasn't, because we were limited by daylight, so we only really shot sort of 12, 13 hours.
Yeah, really.
That was tough.
There's just so much there to unpack. So I'm looking forward to stepping out and talking to the film industry experts, and very, 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 very blessed. As I told you before, it has been very exciting in New York City this summer, from the Tompkins block party, celebrating Brooklyn culture, to just coming across random things that they find in the park, like these picnic performances at Bryant Park, to literally, I don't want to say random because I didn't know this, but Puerto Rican Independence Day is literally the same day every year, but it was a shock to me. Like, now I'm informed. And speaking of being informed, I think everyone should be informed of the Tompkins Block Party. Like, they have live music, they have businesses you could support. And really the whole community just comes out to have a good time. And that's something that I really think New York does a great job at, is pulling community together, which I very much so appreciate. Time that was happening as I was arriving to New York is New York Tech Week. A few of you might not know, but I work in tech, so this was right up my alley. And I love travel. So tech travel, it's only right that I went to the Kindred event, which is a platform that is solely based on finding accommodation for people to travel. And it's based on like a peer trust type of business model where you allow someone to stay in your home and they return the favor by letting someone stay in their home. So it's a little bit more trustworthy than Airbnb, because you would treat someone's home with respect if you knew it was their real home, and vice versa. So that's kind of like the business model that they go off of. It was really interesting hearing the founder talk about how the trials and tribulations for her to get this started. And what really resonated with me from this event is that, you know, if people don't believe in your vision, that doesn't mean that your vision isn't great. It just means that you're talking to the wrong people. So that was really powerful to hear from a founder, and it actually is something that I'm going to be applying to my business with media production. It has been a very interesting New York summer. I've been going to so many different events, musical chairs at the park, New York Tech Week, Tribeca Film Festival, Brooklyn Film Festival, block parties, and all in between. Definitely taking full advantage of this summer. And all I have to say is keep it coming.